Why your brain remembers every failure, but forgets the good. You remember that one embarrassing moment from years ago, but you forgot what you had for breakfast. You forget 10 compliments, but remember one negative comment for years. Why does your brain work like this? Why does it hold on to failure, but let go of the good? The answer starts in your brain, specifically a small structure called the amygdala. This is your brain's alarm system. Whenever something feels threatening, embarrassing, or emotionally intense, the amygdala activates. And when it does, it tells your brain, "This matters. Remember this." It then works with the hippocampus, your memory center, to store that moment more deeply. This is called emotional tagging, and negative emotions, like fear, shame, or rejection, create the strongest tags. That's why even small moments, like an awkward comment or being ignored, can stay with you for years. Research shows your brain literally reacts stronger to negative information. When people are shown positive and negative images, their brains show more activity for the negative ones. They pay more attention, process it more deeply, and remember it longer. Because attention creates memory, and negative experiences capture more attention. Then there's stress. When something stressful happens, your body releases cortisol. This hormone strengthens memory, especially emotional memory. So the more intense the feeling, the stronger the memory becomes. Your brain is essentially saying, "Don't forget this. It might matter next time." But here's the key question. Why is your brain built this way? Because thousands of years ago, this kept you alive. If you remembered which plant made you sick, you survived. If you remembered where danger was, you avoided it. If you ignored negative experiences, you didn't last long. So your brain evolved to prioritize threats over comfort, to remember the bad more than the good. But in modern life, this creates a problem. Because most of your threats today aren't life or death. They're social, a mistake, rejection, criticism. Yet your brain reacts as if they're dangerous, so it replays them over and over again. Meanwhile, positive experiences don't get the same treatment. They feel good, but they don't trigger the same urgency. They don't activate the amygdala as strongly, so they're stored more lightly. And often, they fade, unless you consciously hold on to them. This imbalance affects more than memory. It shapes how you see yourself. One failure can outweigh 10 successes. One bad moment can define your entire day. And over time, this can turn into negative self-talk, doubt, and a distorted view of reality. But here's the important part. This isn't a flaw. It's a survival system. And once you understand it, you can work with it. You can start by noticing your thoughts. When something negative sticks, recognize it. That's your brain doing its job, not necessarily telling the truth. You can also train your brain to remember the good by slowing down during positive moments, paying attention, saying to yourself, "This is a good moment," because attention strengthens memory. You can write things down, reflect, keep track of small wins, because what you revisit, your brain keeps. And you can challenge negative thoughts. If your mind says, "I always mess things up," ask yourself, what's the evidence for that? Because your brain naturally collects negative evidence. You have to actively look for the positive. The goal isn't to remove negativity. You can't. But you can balance it. Because your brain remembers failure to protect you, but you decide what you focus on next. If this helped you understand your brain better, leave a like and subscribe for more psychology content.